Cool, man.
That's amazing. Your haircut looks great. And with that, we're live.
With that, we're live.
Really? I said that live on the show?
I told you when we start 10 minutes late, if we're in mid-sentence, we're in mid-sentence, and we just kick it off.
Well, that wasn't meant for public consumption.
All right, so we'll give the public the context. Cliff was showing us his beautiful new haircut, and he was in mid-sentence of saying, "Check it out, man! Check it out! Check out my hair! Woo!
Woo!"
All right. On that note, welcome to our millions of viewers to the Absolute Awesome Show, episode 25. We do have a special guest, even though he's not in the room tonight. He's going to be joining us shortly. A bit of a different show tonight. We're starting late. We're doing like a West Coast kind of thing where those guys are 3 hours behind the rest of the world. So we're here. We're 10 minutes late because we've been chit-chatting.
Wait, he's from the West Coast of Canada?
He's from Ontario, I think.
No, Ontario is not the West Coast.
East Coast.
Vancouver.
Edmonton.
Oh.
Edmonton.
Where's Edmonton?
Oh, okay. I know where Edmonton is.
First of all, it's Edmonton.
It's above Minnesota, right?
That's what I said.
Right. You said Ontario, I thought.
It's kind of above.
No. Chris said Ontario.
It's kind of above Wyoming and a little bit to the left in Canada.
It's Canada.
It's mostly west, yeah. It's kind of on the border.
It's not all the way Vancouver, man. That's way.
It's like Halifax, isn't it? Nova Scotia?
Okay, I'll tell you where. Right above.
Look, the bottom line
Are you looking at a globe right now, an old school globe?
No, the bottom line is Canada is a different place.
The top part of Montana. Okay?
Right.
Is Montana in Canada?
So we just dropped straight down. Straight down, through Wyoming, through Montana, and then kind of over and down into Wyoming. Boom.
Have the Huntingtons ever played in Montana?
Yes, we've played everywhere.
Really?
Yes, there's only like 2 states we haven't played.
How were the shows in Montana?
Not good.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, I mean, they were okay. Honestly, whenever you play a show like that, for the most part, it's going to be actually good because bands don't go through there and the kids aren't used to shows. So when they get a show, they're extra appreciative and they're really awesome and super into it. But the only time it's not good is if you have to, like, drive over a mountain for 3 hours and you almost die, you know.
Yeah,
then it's not good.
Sometimes that's not good.
Those are good stories, though.
Yeah.
I remember
that time? Remember that time when we were driving to Virginia, we were on that mountain and I was all frustrated. It was taking forever and Dave got so upset he made me pull over and took me out of the front seat and he drove.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. He was very angry about
He thought I was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Chris and I remember that too. Bozeman, Montana. I remember playing there. I don't remember the show. I just remember asking the kids because I heard one of them say, "Yeah, Meg Ryan has a house here," and that was back when Meg. This is how old we are. That was back when Meg Ryan was hot.
That was before she looked like a cat.
Yeah, I mean, like before all the plastic surgery and stuff, and it was like, you know, shortly after, I guess, whatever, You've Got Mail or something. So, you know, yeah, I was looking for Meg Ryan, but she wasn't at the show. That's all I remember about Montana. And then there's is it Buford? Is that the one population 2, or is that Wyoming?
No, that's Wyoming, dude. It's
Okay.
not Buford either. It's when you first get on 70 after you're coming out of Fort Collins and all that. And then you get right on 70. Boom, there's the town. It actually says population 2. We took a picture by it. It was so awesome.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Cool.
I wonder
story.
which person works at like the post office.
Yeah, well, something happened. I heard something about that because I think I posted a picture of Fred and I doing the whole, you know, standing in front of the sign or whatever, and then somebody commented saying, "Oh yeah, now the guy's wife died and became population 1, and then somebody else bought the town, and I don't know what happened. Something happened to it."
You can buy it.
Story.
I think if it's only population 2, which became 1,
That just means you buy a house.
You just buy
the gas station that was there is the only thing that was there. So, anyway, yeah. How we doing, man? What's up?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of who's coming to the show, Darren Chewka will be joining us shortly.
How do you say his last name again?
I think if it's phonetically right, it's Chewka.
Right.
But,
So that makes me think of like Chewbacca.
Yeah, but if
it's kind of like Chewbacca, and we could ask him about that. Did he get teased?
We're going to be like, "Hey, man, do you like Star Wars?"
Chewbacabra.
That'd be
that's
a
good.
good
Chewbacca.
Hey,
Yep.
what's your favorite Groovy Ghoulie song? Something like that.
I don't think that's a Groovy Ghoulie song. I think that's a Chicks Dig It song.
No, yeah, but Groovy Goalies have one too.
Chupacabra.
Oh, so that means we
Give
should write a song called Chupacabra then.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Maybe this
I
weekend.
don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
So I was in an accident last week, car accident. That was fun.
Cool. So Rolling Stone came out with their 40 greatest.
Oh, dude!
What? Wait a second. I missed that. Did Rolling Stone cover Josh's car accident? Is
No,
that
I don't know.
Definitely not.
It's
They
not a
definitely
very
didn't.
relevant magazine anymore, so maybe it did.
Terrible magazine, dude. First of all, who are you and why are you on our show?
I keep getting invited every week. I don't know why I'm here.
Randomly show up. Just show up just to let people know you have a girlfriend.
I'm actually surprised you're here. Don't you have a girlfriend now?
Yeah, she's sitting right over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Have her say hello.
Have her say hello.
You did that last time, 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
but you should do it again.
No, it was off air. That's when everybody's girl. When are we having the girlfriend show? Or
Dude,
live?
we should do that. In fact, we should have it where it's just the girls talking and we're not even on the show.
Say
Yeah, but
hi.
we-
Hey, how you doing?
She's watching a movie, and it's a rated R movie, so I'm trying to keep everything muted. No, it's a dirty one.
Are you coming to band practice?
Are you coming to practice on Saturday?
Come on, man. Mike's wife is the only woman.
Oh yeah, never mind.
There's probably like a plethora of rated R movies that.
Right.
You guys can watch Trailer Park Boys upstairs or something with Jen and the kids.
No, I'm just kidding. She's welcome to come over as far as I'm concerned.
Mike has a lot of rated R movies at his house, though.
I do. Yeah, I do. I have tons of them. I love
Shows
rated
them to
R
his
movies.
kids.
Funny thing
Yes.
is, right behind you, right over your right shoulder, it says rated R.
Back there, yes. Yep.
That's awesome.
It sure does.
Mike rated R.
See?
Mikey rated R. Huntington.
Yeah.
Come watch rated R movies. Okay, so let's before we get joined by our guests, we wanted to do a little bit of chit-chatting about this Rolling Stone article that.
Wait. But what about Mike's accident? But Josh's accident. Come on, we have to find out about the accident.
I think
The
we've
world
already
wants to know, is
All
he
right,
okay?
Go ahead, Josh.
It was a
Josh,
fender bender.
Josh,
Aaron.
take 6 seconds and tell us about your accident.
Listen, all I know is they prescribed me one of those neck braces, but
I see it. It looks good. Looks good.
Well, first of all, I lost the prescription for it, so I never got it. Second of all, if I did get it, it would just take up space. I'm not going to use it. But yeah, long story short, I got rear-ended Monday morning on my way to work. Pretty much ruined my week because it messed my back up and stuff. I mean, it was like a violent bam, and I heard the screech. I looked in the rearview mirror, and then it was like just. But I have an awesome truck, which totally had like very little damage. I gotta get the bumper replaced, and then the other car was like totaled, pretty much.
Wow.
I think it's funny how Josh wants to brag about being violently rear-ended and nobody said a thing about it. How are we going to let that slide? I mean, seriously.
Well, I don't know. Is this the first time you've been violently rear-ended?
No,
Yeah.
he said that's how he likes it. That's what he said.
Well, that is where our society has come now. So hey, that's
You say
fits
that?
right in. Fits right in.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to knock that one out of the park.
Gay jokes. I get it. Really
It was
funny.
kind of a slow pitch softball. Yeah.
I know, and nobody swung at it.
Oh.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So.
All right. So moving on.
highbrow
It's all
around.
better now. It's all good.
Anyway.
I missed some work. Insurance pays for me missing work. Plus, I
Oh, we're
used
still on this
while I
story.
was on work.
Right. He got paid for 5 days. Didn't work on the album at all.
I did actually. Remember, I sang you that one song, and you're like, "Dude, this is the best song ever."
Yeah.
Does that ring
You
a
wrote
bell?
it. I mean, I wrote the chords, but you did all that fancy schmancy.
I did one song, okay, but I spent like 5 or 6 hours on that song, and I really like for like 3 or 4 days. I was worried that I was gonna not be able to hold a heavy
a
Gibson
guitar again.
for a while, but
Well, you know, you can always use this one. This is really
you know
light.
what?
Never say never, Josh.
Or what?
Never give up. Never give up.
Yes.
Follow
Never
your
say never.
Never.
Do you
All
need
right.
Do you need some rehabilitation?
You know what? I hope Brian Hardy's watching because he
Rehabilitated.
inspired me.
Oh yeah. Get in
I
the
don't think he
ring.
watches anymore.
Brian Hardy, man.
That's because of you. Because you're a jerk.
I know.
Way to go, jerk. Jerky Huntington.
I wrote him a letter, and Mike wouldn't. Never mind. This. You know what this show is? 90% of the content on this show is like inside conversations that nobody understands except
Hey,
us four.
that's what reality TV is like too, and people watch that crap all the time.
No.
So what the heck?
That's true.
See?
All right, can we get back?
Anyway, top 40.
You guys want to talk about this top 40 thing?
Yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to get this up on our screen. Rolling Stone put out an article that
listeners or viewers yet, we're gonna lose them now because this is or they're gonna.
Yeah. You know what I think about Rolling
totally
Stone?
into this.
Are we on this list? No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We're definitely not on this list.
Hey, we should be on that list. We were covered in that magazine one time. The only tooth and nail band ever to be covered in that magazine.
One time. All right, so
That's not
please do me the favor on our live worldwide television show of letting me know that you can see the Rolling Stone article.
I can see it. I can tell you right now, Joan Jett should be on there. The Ramones should be on there. Green Day should not be on there.
That's
Okay.
not Joan Jett.
That's not Joan Jett, dude.
It's not?
No, that's Patti Smith, I think. Yeah.
Oh, well, why is she on there? Joan Jett should be on there. Oh, yeah, it is Patti Smith. Whatever.
Mike Smith. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bypass the beginning where they glorify how amazing the Ramones are because, let's be honest, everybody already knows that, and we're going to get to the nitty-gritty of what the brilliant writers of Rolling Stone consider the 40 greatest punk albums of all time. We are not going to go through all 40 of these because that's just a massive waste of everyone's time.
Dead Kennedys, no.
Dead Kennedys. I know that Cliff's not a fan, but I can understand. I can understand it. I'm not necessarily a fan either, but we're going to go ahead and bypass that unless anyone cares. Devo.
No. Punk rock, that's not punk rock, no.
I'm not sure why Devo's on this list in any capacity.
They did tour with the Ramones. Ask Warren.
As much performance art collective as punk band, Devo screeched their way out of Akron, Ohio with a brilliant work, blah, blah, blah. Okay, next. White Lung? What the? Get out of town.
Let's just put this in perspective.
Right.
I don't have a clue who White Lung is, but this record was released 2 years ago, and it's on the 40 greatest punk albums of all time list.
I mean, let's face it. Rolling Stone isn't. They're not too in touch with what's going on in punk rock. I wouldn't classify any of their writers to be punk rock historians. So take everything with a grain of salt.
Subject matter experts, to be honest. But
I'm just saying. Take everything you see with a grain of
There
salt.
should not be an album from 2 years ago.
Here you go.
No.
Ew, Blink-182, give me a freaking break.
See, Josh, you were condemning Cliff in the pre-show about not reading.
Much
the
better
article
that I
ahead of
did
time.
not look at it.
But then you don't get these brilliant,
Yeah.
Terrible.
great responses. Now, I would tend to agree. I like Blink-182. I think they're a decent band. Do I think they're the 37th best punk
They're
record
not a
ever?
decent band. Their albums sound terrible. They sound
Let's
sound
not talk about
terrible.
what
They
they
can't play.
sound- Because the only people that talk about how bad albums sound are sound engineers and producers. The average listener isn't listening to
The only
an
thing
album
good about that
to
cover
hear
is how
about
pretty
how good.
Janine's face is. That's the prettiest picture ever taken of her and her.
Now let's be honest. Let's be honest though. Let's be honest though. Enema of the State definitely opened the door on that whole early 2000 pop punk.
No.
MTV dominated. Opened the door for a million other crappy punk rock.
No,
bands.
it was
Yeah,
they were
did.
just major labels saying we're gonna have a new Green Day that's funnier and crazier, and that was it. And they suck. They completely suck.
They've probably sold 100 million albums at this point.
Lots of people. So did Britney Spears. Is she
So
great?
what I'm saying is it made it more acceptable.
Wow, we're talking about another album than what's on the screen here.
No,
Josh's favorite album.
we can come back. We can come back to the Blink-182 subject in a minute. But let's be honest. Number 36 has a great title, Penis Envy. I mean,
that was going to be the name of the new Huntington's album, wasn't it?
Never heard of it. Never
I didn't
heard that
realize
album,
Crass had this album.
But Crass didn't. I don't like that kind of stuff. So whatever. No, and Fugazi definitely no.
Oh, you're crazy.
No. That's totally the beginning of emo. That's terrible. Joy
Fugazi
Division,
is
give me a
great.
break. That's not punk rock.
Okay, Joy Division is not punk rock. Like, let's just be honest. That just is. It doesn't belong on the list. It belongs maybe on another list, but not on this list.
Correct.
It just does not. So we're gonna go ahead and skip it.
And even if people like Fugazi, that's the beginning of emo. I don't think so. Get that out of here. Okay, I don't even know what this is. The Slits, I have no idea what that is. Reggae
I don't
beats.
either. Does anyone else know about the Slits?
But they got like jungle titties on the front cover.
Maybe this just shows our complete, ineptness.
I feel like I'm looking at like National Geographic right now.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and just roll along.
Yeah, just move along. Misfits.
No, well, you know what though? But the Misfits were only good when other people cover their songs. They actually stink. They can't play in time. They don't sing in tune. They're terrible.
Their records, their best songs were on like terrible recordings, but that's just the way they were recorded back then. But still,
no, the Ramones recorded back then, and they recorded great.
No, great songs. Great songs.
Yeah, great songs, but they're better when Metallica does them.
Listen, this particular album though, I would put that in there. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I would probably put Static.
It was influential, super influential, but they do stink.
But now you're getting back in 2003, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
No.
This is another ridiculous addition to this list.
You go and say no, no, no.
The no-no-nos. Now, that's not to take away from any potential that the Yeah Yeah Yeahs have of being a decent band. They just don't belong in this list.
Right. But Mike can't wait to talk about number 30.
Uh-oh.
No, that doesn't belong on here either.
Okay. Cliff, thank you for coming tonight.
No, that's totally cool. That's awesome. It's not punk rock though. It's not. Sonic Youth isn't punk rock. That's not a punk rock album.
Well,
it's a great cover, and they were hugely influential and totally cool band. But they're a noise band. They're not punk rock.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll reserve my commentary for that for a later time.
Really?
I'll let that go.
I was not gonna say. That's all Mike right there. But okay.
Replacements.
Sorry, Ma. I forgot to take out the trash.
See, I don't think that belongs either. That's also not punk rock. I mean, maybe they were more punk rock back then. It's been a long time since I heard that, but the Replacements I heard were like a power pop garage band. Again, not punk rock, but maybe they were back then. I don't know.
Yeah, but what are you really classifying as punk rock? You keep saying it's not punk rock. It's not punk rock. Well, I mean,
punk rock would be the original punk rock would be the Ramones and Talking Heads. That was part of punk rock scene back then, and early Joan Jett, maybe the second record, but then from there on she just went into like rock and roll. But
I mean, we gotta make sure that we don't like segregate what we like away from being.
I can't segregate that.
Well, but you have to. You can't say that just because you don't like something, it's not punk rock.
I can say that if I don't like it, it sucks and doesn't belong on this list.
That's true. That's true. But what you don't do
with every single one until we get to number one, for the most part.
Well, if Ramones self-titled and Ramones Rocket to Russia are on there, then it's okay.
All right. What you can't do though is say something like the Dead Kennedys is not punk rock.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay, okay, that's fine. I'm just saying like that's a little like okay.
I say that doesn't belong on the list. The Germs doesn't belong on the list either.
I mean, I don't know this. I don't know the Germs, but I would tend to think they belong more so than the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, right.
Produced it. Joan Jett's not on this list. Spoiler alert. But she produced this album.
All you have to do to get the 40 greatest punk rock albums of all time is make a list of all the Ramones albums, including their live albums and best of albums, and then there's your best albums of all time.
You're such a Huntington, man.
Minor Threat.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but that totally belongs on the list.
The complete discography. I mean, can you say that about can you put the Ramones complete discography? I know this is a Minor Threat record that has all their songs on it or whatever.
Right.
But they didn't have
Flipper definitely not.
Like 20 seconds long.
Yeah.
Flipper does not belong on this list.
All right, guys, we got our guest coming on.
Oh, cool.
So,
Hopefully
What
he's
we're going
just
to do
as,
then is we're going to really
passionate about
quickly.
this as me. The
All right.
Jam, yeah, that belongs on there.
Now I'm gonna like blow through to like the top 10.
All right. Green Day does not belong on there.
Rick's
Descendants.
not here to
New
talk
York
about
Dolls
Bad
definitely belongs on there, and so do the Stooges. And the Television belongs on there, and definitely they better freaking have Patti Smith. No, she was part of that scene, but she's just mellow.
New York
The
Dolls
Buzzcocks belongs on there. Yep. They better have freaking
Number
Nirvana.
10.
Why is what?
I know, right?
That's
Because it's
weird.
kind of a punk rock album. It's kind of a punk.
It just has a wiener, baby wiener on the cover. Going.
Have you
All right.
seen that kid lately? They had an updated "Where Is He Now" thing. It's really awkward.
Oh, that kid. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it is awkward.
People are probably like, "Do you have a big wiener?"
Yeah,
LA
what's your,
hardcore.
what's your dick look like now?
Black Flag.
Gross.
Great band. Great album.
Minutemen. Double nickels
No.
and a dime.
Yeah. Wire.
No.
How about Wire, man?
They sound like REM. Why? No. Gang of Four. No.
You're 4, man.
Using
No.
James Brown with hip hop. Go back up. Now, the Stooges belongs on there for sure. Go back up for a second.
All right,
Listen to this.
we gotta roll through this quick so we can.
Number 5 in Rolling Stone's top 40 of all time, fusing James Brown and her early hip hop with bullet point minimalism of the Ramones. Gang of Four were genuinely revolutionary force in their pursuit of working class justice. Get out of here.
All right.
I
Glad we
don't
looked
know.
out
I've
for
never heard it. I have no clue.
The Stooges,
Go along.
but it shouldn't be that album, but they should definitely be on there.
the
All right,
Stooges.
so we're gonna roll into top three, guys. Let's get
Sex
through 'em.
Pistols, they stink, but that belongs on there.
No, that's a yeah. I mean, how
It's a good
often
album,
you
but-
and put that record on? Probably never. I don't anyway. I don't really know many people that do, but yeah, it belongs on it. That's such a weird thing to say, but it
Yeah.
does.
The Clash, yep, they belong on there.
Flash belong on there for sure, and they should have 5 records on there if you ask me.
No, that's it. Everything else after that. Everything else after that gets
Come
too
on.
far away from punk rock. Ramones, what number is that? Is that 1?
It's number 1.
Okay, good.
But it's not even their best album. Let's face it.
I would agree. And
I think Leave Home is a better album.
I think that this shows the completely illegitimacy of this entire list is their choice for number 1.
No.
Not necessarily that it shouldn't be a Ramones record, but it probably shouldn't be this one.
It's just it's their way of being politically correct. And
You know what, though? Here's the
It
thing
has-
about that album. Hey, Darren. What's up, my man? Hey, the thing about the Ramones album, the first Ramones album, though, is that every single song is amazingly good.
Every single song on the first 3 albums are amazingly
Yeah,
good.
but Leave Home sounds like crap.
No, it doesn't.
Rocket
It's not- I think-
to Russia sounds amazing, and Rocket to Russia is my favorite, but you know.
Mike, I was going to ask if you could just scroll down to the bottom. The very bottom, the last thing on that article says, "This is where it began." The very last sentence says, "This is where it began." Of course, if you go back, scroll back to number
Stooges Funhouse
4.
is from 1972 or 69 or something.
Funhouse is from 1970. So I mean, this is where it began for punk rock. But according to their list and everything, how they, Rolling Stone sucks. But yeah. Please write about our band and write about Teenage Bottlerocket. And speaking of Teenage Bottlerocket,
I mean that's a perfect segue into bringing Darren in because, let's be honest, that list skipped so many amazing punk rock records that everyone now that's in the room would agree probably kicked the heck out of a lot of the ones on that list.
I mean, the first Britney Spears record is a more punk rock album than that crap.
You're kind of going to the extreme there, but
we never give anybody a proper introduction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's
Nobody
shift.
gets a proper introduction on this show.
Hey, Darren, how do you say your last name?
Chewka.
Okay, Mikey had it right. All right, Darren Chewka.
I thought it was some weird Canadian pronunciation.
It's close, yeah.
Hey,
Normal American.
do you like Star Wars?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan.
Did you we
Not
ever
like a
call,
super
did people
nerd
call
about
you
it,
like did people call you like Chewbacca growing up or anything?
Yeah, I get that once in a while. Chewy.
That's basically that's the way this show's gonna go, man. It's gonna be those kind of questions.
Chewy.
Chupacabra.
Oh, honey, honey.
Can we get back to like the introduction
Yeah.
before we
Yeah,
get into
we might want to do that. So
Hey, Josh, you should do it because it'll be a really long introduction.
this is, go for it, man. Yeah, Mike, Chris, what do you guys got?
All right. As everybody knows, in the punk rock world, late Teenage Bottlerocket drummer Brandon Carlisle died tragically back in November. Nobody knew what Teenage Bottlerocket was going to do, where they were going to go, how they were going to handle it, and then kind of out of nowhere, out of the blue, they announced Darren Chewka as their new drummer, and that's who we got right now. So thanks for hopping on with us, buddy.
Awesome. This is awesome.
Appreciate it.
We are very much obliged to have you here. Thank you.
Now, I guess I'll get things kick-started here. I saw the reaction when they named you the new drummer. It was like it was humongous. But let's be honest, nobody really. I didn't know who you were. I never heard of you before, and I kind of expected them to maybe get an all-star. Yeah, this is gonna sound offensive. I hope it doesn't.
He was hoping they were going to ask him to be.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I got a cool gig, but no, I thought it was going to be somebody that everybody knew. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So, what about you stood out to them, and why you, basically?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Ray. Every time they came through Edmonton, the old wives would kind of open for them. I'll be honest. I'm not no freaking crazy chop guy or anything like that. You know, I got freaking a few tricks in my sleeve, and that's about it. But when I make up for it, I'm a total spaz on stage. So, like I said, it's more heart than skill, probably. I don't know. I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah. Now, I'm not too familiar with your.
Everything?
I'm not too familiar with your old band.
Are you doing the eighth notes and everything?
Oh yeah.
You got to. If you didn't do that, you would be
Expected.
kicked out of the scene.
Yeah.
But how difficult was it to kind of do that? Because I think people listen to these songs and they're like, "Oh, I could go up and play it. It's not hard to do." And then 15 seconds into it, their arms are about to fall off, and they can't do it anymore. How long did it take you to do that?
I think I could have already played it already. That was just it. I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But the first few shows, I was like, the nerves are freaking going off. And I'll be honest. I think in the Casper show was fine. Laramie was definitely a very nervous night for me anyways. It's just like because it was hometown.
Yeah.
But it seemed to go fine. Denver, I came out, I shot my load a little too fast on that one. And it's just, you just kind of got to get into it, settle the fuck down.
So the crowds have been good so far? I mean, receptive toward
awesome. You? It's been insane.
These shows were like, what, 2 weeks ago-ish? Or something?
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
2 weeks? Okay, so
yeah.
So first show's kind of out of the way.
And then, that was it. I think we needed to see what we had here before, Warped Tour and shit like that. So.
Right.
Dude, you're like Brian Johnson stepping into AC/DC.
Yeah, I'm the new Axl Rose.
Oh no.
Fuck, I heard there was a rumor it was supposed to be Al Barr.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Al Barr? Who's that?
Singer of Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Oh.
They must have had a rumor about everybody at this point.
Yeah, that was just it.
Well, the singer of Crocus would make sense because he actually sounds like Bon Scott. But ultimately, a band like AC/DC, if they're even going to have anybody care, it's going to have to be somebody huge, so people go, oh my gosh. It's either going to be a horrible train wreck or it's going to be incredible. We'll all see.
All right, so Darren, just so you're aware, in case Chris didn't make this clear to you, what we do on this show is we bring in guests and we fully intend on like focusing totally on them, but then we end up going down these rabbit trails where we talk about AC/DC and we do all these
That's what I
kinds
signed up for. This is more
so
shit.
we never pre-script the questions. We never
I'm out. See you guys. Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
we don't put a list together of things. We just shoot from the hip. And if we start talking about AC/DC and who would be the best singer for the new AC/DC, then that's where it goes. So just letting you know that up front.
So, Darren, real quick, what's your touring history like? I mean, are you ready to take on this TBR tour schedule?
Well, the Warped Tour is going to be the longest thing I've ever done.
Okay.
I've been in bands where I don't know, I think the most I've did was 6 weeks.
That's pretty good.
At one time, anyway. So
did you guys find a driver? I saw somewhere you were trying to get a driver.
Yeah, it's funny when you put that on Facebook how many applications you get.
Oh my god.
Yeah, list formulating. So
Darren, are you the same age as those guys? You in your mid-30s, or are you younger than them?
I fall right in between Cody and Ray.
All right, so
you're old.
Oh, I'm old. Yeah, I won't deny that.
Awesome. So are they already writing songs for another record, or at this point it's really just getting used to working with a new guy?
I'll just say that there's a project in the works. We'll leave it at that. I don't know if I'm sworn to secrecy or anything like that, but yeah.
When the time is right, you'll talk about it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Ray said, I saw people ask Ray, what's the next thing you're doing? He said, next thing is a Bottlerocket record. That's the next thing we're
doing. We're going to do the Warped Tour, and then tentatively late to mid-September we'll go into the blasting room.
And that's great, though, because you guys are going to be coming right off of tour and then going into there. As long as you guys know no new songs, then it'll be great because everybody's chops will be through the roof from playing.
That'll be it.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Right on.
So I got to ask, and it might be too personal, but at what point, I'm trying to be sensitive on how I ask this question, when Brandon passed, when were you approached to do this record, or to come try out? I mean, I'm trying to put myself in Ray's shoes, and that's impossible to do because I don't know how I'd handle something like that. But
right,
when were you approached to do this?
It was, I think it was mid-December.
Okay,
somewhere around there. And I've told the story a few times now. It's I was just minding my own business. I didn't know Ray was gonna call. No one told me anything. But I was kind of sitting in my underwear playing. I think fucking MLB 15 in my underwear, just kind of on my day off because I work 6 days a week here in Edmonton. And then I looked at my phone and it was Laramie, Wyoming. And I was like, it's got to be some bullshit thing or whatever. And then I was like, wait a minute. So I was like, that's Laramie. So I was like, I pick up the phone and he was like, yeah, what do you think about come down? And I was like, yeah, I'll come down. I was like, it's pretty crazy. I was I wasn't expecting it.
Right. Were you the only one they tried out? Were they one for one with you?
I think there was a couple people in mind, but I knew my shit. I wanted it, so I practiced my ass off on it. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with going back and forth between countries and all that kind of stuff. Does that make it kind of difficult?
No, actually,
passport going all the time.
I had to do it twice so far. Yeah, passport, that's fine. All that fun stuff. The whole Cody lives in Newcastle, which is about 5 hours east, I think, or north. I'm not sure about Wyoming, but he's still 5 hours away from Laramie. And Brandon was already living in Fort Collins anyway, so for me to hop on a plane and time restraints and stuff like that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, so you're not moving down there because it's about doing touring. You just get together, you rehearse for a bit, then you go on tour, and then you make your albums, and then people go home, right?
Right. Yeah, and the next few shows are just like it's punk rock bowling, so everyone flies in for that, and then it's Warped Tour. So
Awesome. Congratulations on Warped Tour. That's all. It's great to have a good band on one of those. That's
Are you guys doing the whole tour every day?
interesting set of bands there. So
You guys doing the whole tour?
yeah,
That's cool.
plus this pre-show thingy with Bowling for Soup. So
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I saw that. Texas, right?
yeah, it's in Dallas. It's someplace. The venue looks pretty sweet. It's called the Bomb Factory.
That's cool.
The Warped Tour, man, like it's changed a lot over a whole lot over the years. But who I saw there's another band that is Pears playing it, or is it someone else?
No, I don't think it's Pairs. It's like
Who do you guys?
Less Than Jake, Mass Intruder, Interrupters.
Oh yeah. So you got some friends, or they, I don't know how well you know them, but like
Yeah,
the Bottlerocket guys have some
they're
friends.
similar, anyways.
So we thought you'd maybe break some news tonight. I heard you brought along pictures of the unmasked Masked Intruder guys.
I don't know. It's funny. They actually got on tour with another band when they came through town last, but like the old wives actually partied with them and like got acquainted with them. But I don't know them from a hole in the ground though. So.
Did they keep the masks on the whole time they were hanging out after the show?
I know. I think Sean, our guitar player from the Wives, says they probably should have left them on because they're pretty ugly.
Yeah, except they're just normal guys. Everybody thinks it's like a super group, and they're just like normal. They're just
They're just normal dudes.
Yeah, it's just like nobody in other. It's not a super group or anything.
No. What was their? What's their older band? What are they called?
I don't know. Ray told me actually.
Kind of like a hot water music thing, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
if we find out what their old band was, then we'll find out what they look like.
Yeah. There you go.
Does
What
anybody?
band was the singer in? And was he the singer for that band?
I have no idea.
How about the guitarist? What band was
We
the
gotta do
guitarist?
some digging.
Nobody knows.
It was the guys in the Jasons. That's who it was.
Oh, perfect.
That's an inside joke. Sorry, they're a band that we had them on as a guest, but they all wear Jason masks, and they're called hockey.
And they're
masks.
intense. They never take them off. I mean, it's like Kiss.
And they're
Did
intense.
they have different versions of the mask, like the whole series?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
Oh,
pretty.
well, there you go. It's legit then.
Yeah, it's pretty
each
awesome.
member
By
is
the
a
way-
different Jason, from a different movie or whatever, and they sell that, man. That's
Did you
crazy.
catch my Kiss reference, man? It was I slid it right in there, Mike. Did you hear that?
Slipped it in and I ignored it on purpose. So we'll ask Darren. Is Darren a fan of Kiss?
No, I don't know.
I mean,
I
not
don't
bigger than
own any
Kiss.
Kiss, put it that way.
Hey, no is a totally good answer. It's a legit good answer.
Hey, I'm
Remember
allowed to
the
like them. I'm
track
46 years
the
old.
truck, though, growing up, so.
Man,
Hey,
this is our 25th episode, and again, Kiss gets in there somehow.
every
Every
time.
episode. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Hey, Darren, this old wives band you got here, is that still a band, or is that not going to be happening as much anymore?
No, it's definitely going to be. It's maybe not the priority it used to be, but we have actually got an album ready, so.
Oh, cool. So,
Were the guys bummed out when you got the gig, or were they happy for you? Tell the truth.
Generally happy. Like, yeah, for the most part. I think it kind of set in maybe that it's, it's going to put things on hold for a bit, but they're two of my best friends, so.
Awesome.
Got to be happy for you.
are you guys on Spotify?
I think the last record it was a split with a band called the Blenders, or the Blendors, whatever you want to call them.
All right. So
I think
not.
they're from Wisconsin or something like that. Their side's really good, too, so.
They're
another
not.
dead-
There's no discussion of them having a fill-in drummer when you're on tour, so they can keep turning their amps on.
I don't think so, no. There hasn't been any discussion of that.
So what you're saying is they really love you.
Yes.
All right, so we talked about the top 40 punk rock albums of all time. Chewka, your top 3. Let's go.
Cool.
Wow,
You know,
way to put the guy on the spot, man.
Yeah, the funny thing is...
Because everybody should have top 3. Top 3 should be easy. You get into like top 5, top 10.
It's
That's when it's tough.
never easy.
Yeah, top 3 is easy. Come on. Can't be from the same band either.
Oh shit.
Teenage Bottlerocket, Teenage Bottlerocket.
Wait. Let's roll it back.
That came from the shadows.
Let's make it easy. Let's make it a little easier on them. Okay, so Rolling Stones #1 was the Ramones.
76 Ramones, right?
Ramones self-titled record. Would you agree with that as being one of your top 3?
Not my top 3, no, but it definitely has the respect. It does, definitely.
All right, well, that's a start.
Cliff's going to have an aneurysm if he says something like Dookie.
No, yeah, if he says no effects, I'll be coming through that screen and
you know, the funny thing is, to Instagram today, and this probably isn't going to be much better, but Bark Like a Dog kind of sits with me a little bit.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Those are freaking great records, man.
Yeah. Jeez, I don't know.
Now that might get you kicked out of the band, though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know,
No, I mean, I don't know why like something like a Screeching Weasel
Top
or
3 in me though, not like top 3 all like that's tough. I don't know.
Your top 3. Your top 3 favorite albums.
Bark Like a Dog would be definitely there. Like every time we go to produce something, I want it to sound like that. So.
Right.
I think that album's, the writing's incredible and the production's crazy.
Hey, you just got to keep that to yourself, like Cliff said.
Yeah, we're not going to right?
Hey, but they'll probably let you play some Queers in the van when you're driving, man. You know, Dana.
Oh, yeah.
You put in some Screeching Weasel, they even hear it in the earbuds, they'll probably punch you in the face.
Yeah, they'll probably, yeah. They'll
All right, so Bark Like a Dog, you got 2 more.
Oh, man, I don't know.
How do you not know?
I don't know, because I listen to like a million things at once. There's, like
So
Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Ben Weasel's solo record and Riverdale's. Hey man, real quick, can you go back to your Old Wives thing real quick? Is it called Title Tales? Is that the name of an album?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Because I was really confused by this, but on Spotify, you're not on Spotify, but there is a band called Old Wives on Spotify.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that record, but it's definitely not us.
Dude, it's not good at all. It's
no, it's not very good.
So, and you can hear it.
The first one that was recorded. Oh, wait.
You hear that crap?
I like it.
I can't play very much, or we'll get banned from YouTube for playing music on it. But Crossband sucks.
Yeah, the first one was recorded at Sonic Iguana. It was called See You in Hell. We recorded one here in town called Backed in the Corner, and then we did the split, and then we just have a new one out now.
For Old Wives?
Yeah.
Well, I feel terrible for not knowing any of that.
Well, don't worry. No one really does.
Right, you don't know it because we're old. And we live in we live in Ocean City, Maryland, and Delaware.
Yeah, we're pretty far apart here. So
wait, did I miss?
We're not chasing down modern music and new bands at our age, and so it's
yeah.
You know, it's just the way it is. Probably already started happening to you too, right? How are you? So you're like 34, 35?
What? Sorry?
You're like 34, 35?
A little older.
Oh.
Hey, Darren. Has anybody ever told you that you look like if Cody, Ray, and Miguel had a child?
Yeah, I got that a lot actually. It's like
you look like a mix of all 3 of them.
you look like you belong in the band. It's very cool. It's kind of it's gonna be.
I heard 1 second of it.
Oh my God, we don't care.
Found it. This is band, man. This is band, right?
That's the first one.
Okay.
Let's see what they sound like. Play it.
All right. Definitely better than the last one.
I don't wanna be lazy. I sit up and get to I don't wanna be lazy, but
The drums are good. The drums are great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Drums.
All good.
I'm sure it sounds terrible through YouTube or whatever, but like,
Yes, it does.
I could tell that. I'm gonna listen to that probably on my way to work tomorrow.
No, I mean it was all thin and buzzy. It sounded like someone was trying to make you hear something over a phone.
I should have been holding it to the other thing, but whatever. Anyway, Nice, very nice. I feel so much better knowing that it's not the other band.
You know, the great thing about your Old Wives guys is that, first of all, it's Old Wives Tales from Wyoming. It's like, it fits right in, man. Old Wives Tales. It's perfect. Secondly, it's also good for the band that you're doing this, because this is going to up the notoriety of your other band. It's like when Jason Newsted joined Metallica. Everybody found out who Flotsam and Jetsam was. Very cool. Had that not happened, no one would have ever known who they were. So this is good for your guys, man. Way to go.
Yeah, you guys are listening to it right now, so there you go.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. I'm listening to it tomorrow on my way to work. How about
Yep.
that?
It actually sounded good. I liked it.
Oh, it did, yeah.
I'm looking it up now.
So now Teenage Bottlerocket, pretty much, they would just play anything from their discography at any time. Just boom, whatever. I mean, is there pressure on you to learn all those songs?
I know about 45-ish songs that I should probably have in the bag at all times. So
Wow.
that's where
Cool.
that's kind of sitting at right now.
All right, well,
The first 3 shows, I think we did 30 songs. So
do they just shout out what they're going to play, or do you guys already have
we got a set list for those ones, but they've done a Warped Tour before, and they said it gets a little stale after a while. So Ray's told me to make sure that I got my shit together for those 40 or so songs.
Yeah.
Did they tell you what to learn before you came down? Because you put on Bigger Than Kiss, and that's actually one of the, in my opinion,
And for
one
the
of the
record,
tougher songs.
I think that if there's been any negative stuff about it, it's been that phone clip, and people are like, well, he's not playing it right, blah, 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 blah. If there's any negativity that's been drawn, it was from that clip, and I'm like, it's a phone clip. It was like the second or third time I played it. It's like, holy man.
You also got to remember, though, that's the first time that anybody has seen anybody different behind the kit.
I totally get that.
So if that's all the negativity you get, that's a pretty good thing.
And that's
I
it.
was like, whoever they end up getting he's gonna get nailed. There's just gonna be that. They're gonna all be on message boards. They're all gonna be on Punk News or Pop Punk message board or whatever. They're all gonna be there. Nobody's gonna come up to your face and say it at a show, but you're gonna hear it, and you might hear a lot of it. But
I think he's going to be okay.
no, I think he's fine. But the reality is, you had Brandon Carlisle, who's basically, he was one of the, when you thought about Bottlerocket, you thought about Brandon. He was a friend of all of ours, so it was like the first glimpse you got of Darren playing, you're like, all right, let's see what this guy's got. You know what I mean? Like, it's just natural. Me being a drummer, I'm like, let's see if this guy has what it takes. And, hey, I think it worked out. So.
Cool.
Like I said, man, my hat's off. I think I messaged you shortly after you got announced. Some of my congratulations. I'm sure you probably got hundreds of those. So, it's good stuff.
Are you married? Do you have any kids?
Not married. Girlfriend. Her kids.
Awesome.
How's she feel about you touring now?
She's cool with it for the most part.
Was she a Bottlerocket fan before?
No, not at all.
But you know what?
Fan.
You're going to find out how real this relationship is.
Yeah.
Way to go, Cliff.
You'll find out how
You
much.
guys are probably going to break up
No.
a week after you leave.
That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not even what I'm saying. You're going to find out how, because it can be a real when you're going for a while. It's either really going to bring you guys together in an amazing way, or it'll fritter things away. So it's going to be really cool for you. It's a great way to test it. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. She's been pretty cool about it so far.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
She lives in Edmonton, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Did she fly down for your first couple shows? I know that was probably a big deal for you.
No, but she's probably coming to punk rock, bowling, and maybe a stint of Warped.
Where is that? In Vegas? Punk rock bowling in Vegas?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Who else is playing that show?
We're playing with what's their tits? It's Red City Radio.
Oh, this isn't a festival. I thought this was a festival.
It is.
It is, but they have club shows too.
Yeah,
Oh.
Kind of like how South by Southwest does all the.
Yeah, but we're not really doing the festival. It's like a side club show thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's cool.
You know what I find really interesting? You have not said, hey, even once.
I can if you want.
So,
Entertain.
so interesting. You know what I find interesting is we haven't talked about Blades of Steel at all. That's where I first heard about Edmonton.
The greatest hockey game of all time.
Have you heard of our team lately? It's like the worst team for like 3 years strong now.
Yeah, whatever. You guys had Gretzky through the glory years, so I don't want to hear anything. You guys should be bad for the next 150 years.
Hey, all I know is
Things are looking that way.
we
just
won the
because-
76 Olympics, man.
Just because of that that stretch you guys had in the league with who? Gretzky and who else?
Messier, Curry,
Yeah.
Here.
You know, you're not a real hockey fan, Chris, if the only person you can think of is Wayne Gretzky.
No, it's off the top of my head. I can't think of who was on the 1984
That means you're not
Edmonton
a
Oilers.
real hockey fan, because it's like saying, you know,
Who was
your
on the
favorite
96
Kiss song is
Bulls?
Death.
I don't know 3 Kiss songs. I know Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day.
Okay, that's like saying your favorite
I know
Ramones
the
song
song.
is I Want to Be Sedated.
I know the song that was on the Bill and Ted movie, that stupid song. And Beth.
You're going down in flames, buddy.
I'm
This
just
is
saying.
the absolute awesome show, not the
Absolute
pick on
stupid
everyone
Kiss
and
show.
call each other names and stuff. Come on. Yeah, normally we have this other Canadian on the show from Montreal, Andy. But it was nice to change it up with someone from like the middle coast of Canada, I guess.
Where exactly is Edmonton? It sounds so stupid right now.
But Montana.
Well,
Above Montana, right.
yeah, exactly. Like we're right on top of it.
Are you?
Right.
What time zone are you? Mountain time zone?
It's 9 o'clock my time.
So Chewka, so it was either
Now,
professional hockey or punk rock drummer, and you
Oh,
chose.
I can't skate worth a shit.
Oh, really?
No, I can't.
So you're not a real Canadian.
I know. I thought we were supposed to be born with it, but
I thought you guys were born wearing skates.
no, I can't skate worth a shit.
Did you get picked on growing up for it? Like, did everybody make fun
A
of you?
little bit. I think at one point I could skate kinda, but I'd slam into the boards and shit because I couldn't stop.
There you go. That's good.
is it
That's good.
hard how cold it is up there?
Yeah, sometimes it is. It is crazy cold sometimes. We had a really mild winter though.
Awesome.
Did you happen to
I
grow
can't
up in
believe
a...
that was the big laugh riot question.
That's a
Come
good
on,
one.
guys.
This was the worst question ever.
No, I'm gonna ask the worst question ever. Did you happen to grow up in a trailer park?
No.
Do you watch
Okay.
Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a while now though. The Netflix ones suck. They're
Thank
terrible.
you. I've been saying that. Me and Mike got into an argument.
Hey, Chris and Darren, thanks for joining us tonight.
I don't like the 2 new seasons. I don't like them. I think they're too
They're
Hollywood.
brutal.
If that makes any sense.
Hey,
I don't
am I
watch
allowed
it.
to ask about your job, or does your job not? Are you not supposed to talk about your job on?
No, I'm cool with my job. I actually just sell drums. That's what I do. I work on Wayne Gretzky Drive.
Nice.
Hey.
I figure every town or every street in Edmonton is probably Wayne Gretzky Drive, Wayne Gretzky Avenue, Wayne Gretzky Boulevard, Wayne Gretzky Way, Wayne Gretzky Court. Yeah, it's just
Wayne Gretzky Court.
different variations of
Right.
Wayne Gretzky.
Because that's the only hockey player.
Did you say Boulevard?
Yeah, I think I said that, didn't I? But anyway,
So sales
Edmonton's
man,
cool.
are you the sales manager?
Did you say Wayne Gretzky Way?
Back
Yeah.
to Wayne Gretzky.
I think I nailed all of
Wayne
them.
Gretzky Way.
I nailed all of them, I think.
So
Yeah.
is
Wayne Gretzky
is gonna have a job, Darren? I
Oh,
want to
that's good.
when you come back.
Court's the same thing. It's the same thing as court.
Yeah.
Anyway, Josh, what's your question?
My question, and you should think about this question too, Chris. Are you going to have a job when you come back from tour?
My boss says yes, but
Well, there you go.
we'll
His
see.
heart says no.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good for your store. That's very good for the store to have a professional touring big-time musician working there. That it also
I think
brings
we
up.
were
it
hoping
brings up that as
I
well.
would tour Canada more than the States. So if there was any business to be made, at least they could, do
See,
it.
I actually had that conversation today with my boss. It's kind of funny you brought that up. But I don't know. We don't have anything that we can announce yet. So I'm like, I think I'm going away for a while. I don't know. I'll let you know when I get
listed today.
Huh?
I saw a few shows listed today. No,
For what? CJ Ramon or Huntington's?
Huntington's.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about that stuff. I can't talk about anything.
I mean, that's all weekends,
That's all stuff we're doing when we're kind of.
That's just like, we're
Dead-
going to Richmond for a week.
downtime.
We have a show in Ocean City, which is where I live, and then we have like 3 shows where we go out to this festival in Illinois. But that's over 4th of July weekend, which, like most of us are off on 4th of July anyway. So
That's America's birthday. You gotta let Chewka know. That's
Hey guys,
Independence Day.
I have to actually take a week off to go do that crap.
You're taking a week off for that?
Dude, we have to drive all the way there. Play 3 shows on the way there. We got to drive all the way home. Of
I'm
course.
gonna fly back. If you guys can drive, I'm flying back. I can't ride with you guys that long.
you only need to take 1 day off, Cliff. Take off Friday.
How am I gonna? It's 3 days in a row, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Again, this is
Friday,
probably a
Saturday,
conversation.
We're playing it Friday.
Yeah.
We're playing on Friday. I'll take Friday off. We're probably gonna have to rehearse before we go. I don't know. Maybe we won't. But we'll probably rehearse before we
We're
go.
playing the weekend before. You don't have to rehearse when we're playing the weekend before.
All right. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then we're coming home all the way from Illinois.
Darren, how many times does Teenage Bottlerocket rehearse? Let's turn it back into Darren conversation.
Ray is saying the Dallas, the first show on Warped Tour will probably be our rehearsal.
Yeah. What do they say? It always CJ
That's
told
why
us
we're
it
doing the
always
Bowling
takes
for
3
Sleep show.
shows.
That's rehearsal.
It always takes 3 shows to get tight, to get where you need to be, and then after that you're good. So that's what I was told. Cliffy's about to say.
How far of a drive is that?
What?
Illinois to.
It's like 15 hours, 13 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely
but
a flying. I'm flying.
You're not flying.
I'm not riding back with you guys.
Yes, you are.
No. Do you know how?
Of course you are.
I might have to just kick Josh out.
Is your girlfriend coming?
how it
Is your
works.
girlfriend coming, or is she staying home?
It's West Virginia, then Dayton, then Illinois. It's really not that far between those shows. But flying home, yeah, you can fly home. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely flying home.
Free up a lot of-
You want to spend your little meager money that you make on this little tour.
You're making pretty good
Spend
money
it
on
all on flying home. Then by all means, I'm driving home with Josh.
Well, you have fun with that.
I
Josh can tell you all about how great Spotify is.
Figure out how we're driving and flying and all that later. Yeah.
The wives just did that, actually. We played Vancouver on last Saturday, and then we drove back in 12 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're still doing shows with them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I heard you were in like 5 bands.
Yeah. I was kind of waiting for something to happen. That's the whole funny thing about this. I was like, I was hoping one of these bands would break or tour or do something, and then out of nowhere Ray calls. So yeah, I've dropped a couple things already, but yeah, the Wives I probably will never drop. But yeah, I was in some questionable bands, I can tell you. But anything to play, I guess. So
Who hasn't been in questionable bands?
totally.
I have never been in questionable bands.
The Stibbs was pretty questionable.
Dude, we worked with Jack and we recorded with Jack and Dino. It was a great record. We were
That's
a great
pretty
band.
cool.
I mean, I'm glad you think so highly of it, but
I do.
that's all that matters.
Bob, I will give you that Bob Barker did have you on his show.
Yes, I was on The Price is Right.
Oh, that's right.
He actually said the Stibbs are here.
Yes, he did.
That was nice of him. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
So did you say you recorded at Sonic Iguana?
Yeah, that one that you're just showing, the last song you had, that was all recorded at Sonic Iguana.
Nice. That was was that 2010 or 2012 or something?
Come on, didn't you recognize the tones, man?
Is Sonic Iguana about to close down?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, we had Mass on the show 3
It
episodes.
was leaking when we were there.
Wait, everybody started talking at once. What's going on with that?
Oh,
So-
Sonic Iguana was in bad shape when I was there.
They had a big flood.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It was leaking all over. You had buckets everywhere. So
Oh, wow.
Buckets of blood.
It's not too ideal in a recording studio. That's
No.
No, but it's actually like really, it's really bad. Like he needs help to get. He's doing like the GoFundMe thing or whatever.
Yeah, he's got a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter,
Like
yeah.
$30,000, I think.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
He's got a video on the Kickstarter. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
Mm.
Wow. Now we know why he didn't edit his video. He didn't have the time.
Reach out. Help out Mass.
Awesome. Well, I think that's probably pretty much going to do it. Man, thank you so much for being here. Do you want to plug anything?
That old Wives record will be out on something. We're just shopping it around, so.
Awesome. So coming to
It'll be called
iTunes
Street.
and everything near you.
Yeah.
Check out Bottle Rocket on the Warp Tour.
Oh yeah, that starts June 22nd or 3rd or whatever.
Awesome.
What's
And
that
dude,
start?
from the bottom of our hearts, congratulations on the gig. It's totally cool that
Oh,
you get
thank
to
you
help
so
those
much.
guys keep going. You seem like a good guy. You look right for the part. You actually look like them. It's really, we were actually
I
talking
think I
about
need
it.
more tattoos, but I'll work on that.
Yeah, you can figure that out. But just seriously, congratulations and from
Yeah,
our
man.
hearts.
It's awesome, and we hope to run into you sometime soon. And whether it's just Chris and I.
Well, if you play near us, my wife loves Teenage Bottlerocket, so if you play near us, I'm guaranteed to be there, and I'll come say hi.
Oh, anytime, yeah. You guys are on the way.
Can't wait to meet you guys in real life here.
Right on.
Awesome.
It's going to
Cool,
be
man.
fun. We're all going to go to the Warp Tour. Mike's driving his minivan. We're all going to pull
Yeah.
up and
We'll go
Come
watch
party with you
Parkway
guys.
Drive together.
yeah, and Black Veil Brides. So.
Yes, dude.
And hey, yeah, that's it.
Try and get on one of the shows on the Kevin Says stage or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, on Warped Tour, are you guys gonna be on like main stage and stuff? You guys are gonna be the real deal, the big deal.
I think so. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's awesome. So you'll
Yeah.
get the big sound treatment. You'll have lots of people there. People going crazy. It's just a wonderful first one for you. That's
The
great.
last time I saw a Bottle Rocket at Warp, they were on one of the smaller stages on the side. So hopefully that changes and you guys step up to the big league. It'd be
You
cool.
might as well. I mean, if it's a punk rock festival, like it really lacks a lot of the bands there, man. A lot of the bands are on that Rolling Stone list. Just kidding. No, they're not. I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
Hey, are you guys staying on the same record label?
Yeah, I believe everything. If I hear correctly, we still got 2 records for Rise.
Awesome.
Well, good luck with those. Good luck on tour. Good luck with the rest of the summer. Punk Rock Bowling. Whatever else you have going on. What is
Awesome.
it? TeenageBottleRocket.com?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
TeenageBottleRocket.com. Check it out. So, Mike?
Yeah.
Nobody really does websites anymore. They just go to the Facebooks, but still.
Yeah, social media sites are kind of ruling everything now.
Facebook.com/Teenage Bottle Rocket, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Check it out.
There it is.
Got
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, and for the people who are going to watch later, appreciate it. And we're going to go off air now, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks a
Well,
lot.
boys,
See you
we said
guys.
hello, man.
Nice to see you guys. Take care.
All right, Tate. See you, man. Thanks.